everybody. This is Eric with Ham Radio Concepts. I'm with Jerry here. This is K4WOF. I want to make a video. The local club here has some ideas. They always participate and stuff. Local club is the W4OT. And now they're doing fox hunting. So I wanted to get with a couple guys and make a video on this. It's a great opportunity. Fox hunting, basically they're using hidden transmitters with directional antennas and radios and trying to find these in a large area. I'm going to let Jerry here elaborate a little more. Jerry, tell me, what do you want to tell me? How you made antennas, you made transmitters, what are you using here?
Yes, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, we're just getting started with this, and we have two foxes that we've hidden here at Riverside Park in Vero Beach today. It's our third hunt. We're all just learning. And basically we're using, most of us, these homemade antennas. It's a famous design that is easily available on the internet, and it uses a tape measure, PVC tubing, and there's a balun on this one. Typically everyone makes them pretty much this way. Sometimes the attenuator, which I've mounted on my radio, is mounted on the antenna, but it's I don't think there are two alike anywhere in the world. And so we have two foxes. One of them is a handheld radio controlled by a Bionics Icon controller and an ammo can. And
those ammo boxes always have a good use for something.
They do.
You know, you can pay, if you go to a ham fest, you'll find an ammo can. I'm sure of that. But go on.
Absolutely. And the other one is also from Bionics, and it's a transmitter that he manufactures that anyone can purchase, and it's a 700 milliwatt transmitter. So we're at 2 right now. We're going to add a third fox, and everyone's having a blast.
So basically, you can find the tape measure antenna online. If you can come over here and take a close look at this here. The tape measure online, a lot of people have used a cheap tape measure and made this, and they've used it for satellite, they've used it for fox hunting. A lot of different antenna have been made like this. There's little tweaks and differences to each one, but I mean, this is very inexpensive and a great project to make with this. And so basically, this is tuned for VHF 2 meter, correct?
That's correct.
And you can make one for UHF or whatever you cut the frequency, you cut the distance of the driven element and add the reflector and director. You can make a Yagi for any different frequency. That's a whole other video. So basically, with the attenuator now, this is attenuating the signal so that when you get closer to the fox, the hidden transmitter, you're actually reducing the, when you're real close to it, it'd be hard to narrow it down unless you attenuate the signal. Plans, I'm sure, are found online to make attenuators as well.
Yes, there are plans online. There are kits that you can buy very inexpensively, $8, $12 for one that's built, or a very high-end one like this is a lot more, about $59.
Right.
This is from Arrow Antennas.
Arrow Antenna, yeah. So this is a great thing, and I saw before you were folding this up. What were you doing here when you were putting this like this? Does that do anything for performance, or does that just kind of make it shorter to transport?
Well, what we were doing there is someone had a rig set up without an attenuator, and so they were folding the antenna this way to reduce its sensitivity as they got closer to the fox, so that they could see the direction of the fox.
Gotcha. And the fox is probably vertical or horizontally oriented, depending on how it's set up.
Yeah, yes, it could be either way. The polarization. We have ours vertical today, so we're using our antennas horizontal.
Right. And one day when I get some time for some other videos, I want to do some working satellite videos, so we'll be using something like this for that as well. Let's take a look at the actual foxes. If I can get closer to the foxes, then we'll go with John, KM4MCK, and we'll go hunt for one and see what happens.
So he's got a transceiver. You could use any transceiver.
Fox in a box. Here we go. Yeah.
The transceiver. We got the in and out, the microphone and speaker going into the PicoCon controller, and that's what sends all the tones and everything. A 9-volt battery to power that. The radio battery is powering the radio, and that's more or less it.
And that's it.
So you
got
could
a
use
rubber
this
ducky antenna, so it's vertically oriented, and it's.
So when you see these ammo boxes at the Ham Fest, you can pick one of these up and make a fox here for it, and usually they're watertight and very good for this kind of purpose.
Always check the gasket.
Yep.
And you can put as much power under as the radio will do.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll run for days.
Yeah.
Alright, here is, so this is John, KM4MCK's Yagi here that we're going to use for finding that. So, John, you made this yourself as well.
Yep, I got the plans off the internet, and like Jerry's attenuator was on his radio. I mounted mine directly to the antenna.
Oh, yours is inside the box here.
Mine's inside, so I just took some PVC. I bought this kit. Shipped to me was $11. I soldered it together.
Oh, cool.
Wired it in.
And for the people that are going to ask the questions, you know, attenuator makes it a lot better because a lot easier once you get close. When you get in close proximity of 500 feet, you're going to have signal all, you know, really close around you. You won't be able to narrow it down. So what they were doing was putting the attenuator on and going up a few megahertz off frequency, and that way, if you had any kind of signal, you were pretty much, you know, directing on it. So the attenuator makes it a lot easier at close distance, but when you're out in the open, you want to have no attenuator on so that you can kind of get an idea. Is it north or south? Okay, we're going to move south, and then when I get closer, then you can see if it's east or west. And what's the coax right there? That's like a balun or something right in the middle?
That's a balun, yep.
So it's some kind of matching network or something?
That's what the directions said to do, so that's what I did.
Okay, very good. You did. I'm impressed on the way these are made like this. You know, very inexpensive, and you can buy a commercially made handheld Yagi antenna. The difference would be, I think the commercially made are dual band with the diplexer for VHF, UHF simultaneously, transmit and receive. You could actually transmit on this if you wanted to without the attenuator. So, but everybody seems to be using their ID51 here. That's what everybody's been using.
Yep, I bought these parts at Home Depot, minus the coax and the attenuator, but all the PVC, the tape measure itself was about $20.
Wow, cheap, very good, expensive.
And I can make a couple more with the tape measure because I got a 20-foot tape measure out of it.
Oh, sure. Well, we've seen what we did with tape measures on my channel. We made a loop out of the tape measure. That was one of the best loops I ever made. So, tape measures definitely do more than measuring. All right, so what we're doing out here, John's kind of getting a sweep here to find out which direction they are. So John, is that the tone that the one's putting out?
That's the tone Fox 1 is putting out, and then we've got a second Fox here, which when this one stops, we call it Fox 2. It will, actually this is the second Fox, and the first one will start in about a minute after this one stops.
Oh, so they go randomly one after another, they're not all on at the same time?
No, they're synchronized. It's supposed to be one, then the other, then you have like a minute of space in between to start working towards them.
Okay.
And then,
so do we have any idea which direction this is so far? I mean, this is, let me take a little shot here of how far we are. I mean, this could be anywhere out here. Riverside Park is a huge park. I don't know the actual size of it, but we have any idea which direction it is?
well, I started over there by the vehicles down there, and it's got me coming this way. What I do is, when the tone's going, I look at my meter on the radio, and then you can see it gets the strongest signal as I wave my antenna. We can see where the strongest signal's coming from. And he's got this thing.
Now, are these things, I see you holding it horizontal, would it be vertically polarized or horizontal? Because that would, I would think, make a difference to the received signal if it was transmitting with a vertical antenna. See? Now holding it vertically.
Yeah, it sure does.
So it was now pointing over this way. Let me see what happens. Yeah, so I'd say it's somewhere that way toward the building, huh?
Yep.
Well, let's go take a walk, start looking.
Yeah, this is only my second one, so I'm learning as we go.
I've never done that. I'm just wanting to be here, part of the experience. All right, so we did a little bit of walking down the park here. What does it look like, John?
That way.
There's one this way.
That way there. So we'll keep walking.
All right.
And then we kind of triangulate where we think it might be.
Right.
So,
all right, so I already walked a good couple thousand feet. What does it sound like, John? I mean, it's still a broad area to cover. You know, this is not the easiest. You got full strength heading that way.
after we find the first box, which is this way, we'll head over to that one.
All right. So this one here, we're in the pretty good vicinity here. He's got the attenuator on, so you can really make it directional, having attenuation, so that really you have to point it in the exact direction it is when you get that close. So we're on the ballpark here somewhere. Keep looking. So being that we are out here in a large public park, it's probably a good idea to notify your local authorities or others like we did. Because you are walking around with something that looks like a alien finding unit, and there are people out here with their kids. So just be cautious of where you're doing this, and make sure that you are notifying the proper people when you have 9 people scouting around with antennas.
It's not so much the scouting around with the antennas, it's if somebody, hold on one second.
It's like a bloodhound on a signal.
Talk about that first real quick.
Alright, so we're waiting for this. John thinks he's really close. We're waiting for this fox here to start transmitting its tone.
We were talking about notifying the authorities, and last week I called the non-emergency number for the police department. Had a deputy meet us out here, showed them what these devices were. I didn't want them to find them in a park. Think it's a bomb or something. And,
so we're waiting for. He thinks he's close somewhere. That's not.
I'm on full attenuation.
Is that the right fox there?
I'm on full attenuation. Yeah. So the signal's getting strongest right this way.
So full attenuation, which means you really got to be on top of that thing to hear it.
It's getting stronger and stronger. It's pinging out my meter right here, and there it is right there.
Let me see this thing. Look at that. What a nice place to hide that.
Now, you put a unique number on there somewhere.
Take that thing out of there. Let's check it out.
We'll leave it there in case the other guys are coming. I don't want them to see where I'm at. We'll get video footage of that in a little bit.
Here, you zoom in. So what's on that? What's the number for?
To prove that we saw it.
Oh, okay. So you can't say, well, it's over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one that we have hidden. Someone else in the crew might come around and be looking for it because they don't know where it is. It's hidden in that tree. So we're going to take a walk now, because back over by the Riverside building, about a quarter mile back the way we came from, was the other one, a second one. So now we got to go find that one again. Let's go head over that way. Alright, so we're going back for the second one, which was over by this building last time we were looking. That's the first one, waiting for the second one to come on. Okay. There it is. Over this way. John's on a wild goose chase. He thinks he found it.
You can tell which way the antenna is. Okay, by the signal.
You got a third person.
Here's what I'm confused about. We have 2 of them. I mean, it's like really.
We don't get by.
We got 2 people on the chase here. Both of them heading in the same general direction.
I'm following him.
Seems like the radio choice, everybody, is ID 51, huh?
That's what everybody has.
Yeah. I don't see it.
Plastic bag, right in the tree.
Oh, Look at that.
Gordon.
Now, yeah.
And the other transmitter we in the ammo box was a homemade one.
So somewhere wandering down the road here, we have a familiar face. There's Jan. Jan, that's Freddie, I think. KCGKS. Well, here's Jim, K4 VSR here. He's just come out late to join the fun here. What'd you do? What do you got running on it?
All right, what I've got running here is a unit and scanner, and I built the circuit that's on the web in WB2 HOL's antenna directions using a discarded 1-inch tape. And I decided not to put a ballon in the line or a hairpin balance there, and I find that it's just fine without that. It's highly directional and plenty sensitive.
Cool. And you got a scanner running here. So
I'm using a scanner, and what's neat about the scanner is I can adjust. If you're looking at the frequencies here, I can adjust up and down 4 megs.
For attenuation.
Right. And if I start out on right on the frequency of 146.565, and then as I get closer, I attenuate up from there by changing the frequency up or down 4 megs.
Right.
And it works just great.
Very good. Coming over the bridge here, and I got sound from the transmitter that's about 3/4 of a mile away. .146.565. Thanks for watching, guys. This was a great experience doing the fox hunting. Great for the hobby, get people active into the hobby, Boy Scouts or anything, and get your local club into it. Very inexpensive to make a transmitter like that, a hidden transmitter with a Bofung or a Luton, inexpensive 4-watt radio or 1-watt radio, and you can set it in an ammo can that can be had at a ham fest and make it a great time, bury it on the beach, what have you. It's a great thing to do. So thanks for watching, 7-3, and